Win. All
Can
I
you guess?
do is win, no matter what.
W's in the comment section. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Over the Bar podcast. We hope that you're having a great week, and it's quite a lot of things that we're going to be talking about today. But first, we'll start with game week 25 in the Premier League, and we're talking about the match between Manchester United and Tottenham. Ended 2-0, and Manchester City against Liverpool. Liverpool against Manchester City ended in favor of Manchester City 2-1. Quite a number of controversies came up in that game. There was a red card for Szoboszlai, and there are questions around whether that goal should have been given, who pulled who, should have gotten a red card. And also the Manchester United game was a very good one. They're on a winning streak for 4 games now, 4-4 in the Premier League, correct? And there's this guy who is waiting to have his hair cut after the 5th one. Is he going to get that haircut by tomorrow, next game against West Ham? We'll start with the Manchester United fans. Brown, what are your thoughts about the game between Manchester United and Tottenham?
I mean, Man U Tottenham, it was a no-brainer, you know. we under Michael Carrick, we do what we know how to do best. And what is that?
Win. All
Can
I
you guess?
do is win, no matter what.
W's.
W's in the comment section.
So yeah. Man U did what we only know how to do under Michael Carrick. And then kudos to Michael Carrick, to be honest, because at the end of the day, when you look at the teams we have played in the last 4 games, there have been teams with different approach to the game. And in all of this, he has come out on top of each of them. So kudos to Michael Carrick on that. Now, as regards the game between United and Tottenham Hotspur, regardless of the red card that was well deserved, in my opinion, to Romero, you know, with that foul against Casemiro, I think we were always going to beat them because the way we played, the way we controlled the ball, and at the end of the day, you begin to see players, because they are playing in the positions where they ought to play in, they are now a bit more confident, relaxed on the ball, players having multiple touches, and then you see them doing this thing in the in-game that we call centrally, you know, growing up where I come from, where 1 or 2 players will be in the middle, and then you see 3 or 4 more players outside, and then they will be passing the ball to themselves, making sure that the players in the middle does not touch it. That was exactly what United was doing on the pitch. We did it against Man City. Bruno Acunha. We thought it was only going to be in that game. The same thing happened against Tottenham Hotspur. So yes, Michael Carrick has played these players in their best positions, and you see the likes of Bruno Fernandes producing more assists. It's unfortunate that he didn't get beyond his goal. He didn't get that assist to make it the 13th one of the season when Benjamin Sesko did not control that ball and then tuck it into the net. He was quick to just head the ball to the palm of the goalkeeper. So yeah, beautiful game from United. I'm hoping that the next games will continue the same. And then that player, that guy that has not been able to cut his hair for over 430 days, that United fan, hopefully tomorrow he'll be able to get his hair cut, you know, after our win against West Ham. Hopefully. And then as regards the Man City Liverpool game, that was a laughable performance from Liverpool, because as we know before now, City has been a first half team. City will come out in the first half of a game, perform very well, but in second half they seem to be shadows of themselves, and it goes back to their previous game, even before the Liverpool game. And then you look at Liverpool. Of course, City was expected to dominate, especially in the first half, which they did. And then Liverpool came out in the second half, and they were hot iron on ice, you know, melting through the Manchester City midfield and the back line until they got the goal. Brilliant free kick, by the way, from Szoboszlai. But before that goal, Liverpool was dominant in that second half. Florian Wirtz was playing beautifully, and Szoboszlai from the right back position was doing really well against the likes of Semenyo, you know, and then that free kick. But Liverpool has been a disgrace. In fact, the Premier League journalists, the Premier League media has not been shaming Liverpool enough. Because I tell you, if this was a Manchester United coach, they would have torn them apart. But look at Arne Slot. What was Cody Gakpo doing on that pitch up until then? You have Ngomoa, who has the most take-ons as a substitute, but you did not bring him on. So if it was a different coach, in fact, if you go back to the days of the manager that was there before Brandon Rodgers took over, he played 20 games. In 20 games, he had 7 wins. But in the last 20 games for Arne Slot, guess how many wins he has had? 6 wins. And he has managed to secure only 24 points. In fact, that terrible manager had a better points tally after 20 games than Arne Slot. But when you look at when you look at the English media, they will come out and begin to say things like, "Oh, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He knows how to talk to the media." Bull crap, rubbish, absolute rubbish. Because Arne Slot deserves to be sacked. I wonder why we have able-bodied men that are working really, really hard at their jobs, and they don't earn half as what Arne Slot earns. Yet, if they do make one small mistake, they will lose their job. But you see Arne Slot, mistake after mistake after mistake, yet he's still a manager. Shame on Liverpool, shame on the British media for not calling him out. And then Liverpool, this is not the end of it too. They are not even supposed to go to Europe. Because tell me why a team will spend the most money in a transfer window and be abysmal as the way they have been. So Liverpool, shame on them, and I expect them to lose some more games under this manager. And if the board knows what is good for them, they better sack this manager. If they don't sack him, more of this will continue. So shame on Liverpool, and kudos to Pep Guardiola for at least giving us giving Arsenal a bit of a scare, because if they had lost that game, trust me, with this Arsenal team that is currently playing the way they are playing, it would have been a done deal already. So kudos to Pep Guardiola for at least giving the Premier League some sort of excitement moving forward. And then in April, Man City, Arsenal, they will dig it out. So yes, beautiful game over the weekend. Wonderful to watch as a neutral.
If Man City had lost that game, it would have been 9 points lead for us.
Exactly, right? 9 points.
Yeah. Ashola, Manchester United Tottenham. You were at the stadium. Tell us. To the place
you belong.
To Trafford.
United.
Take me home. Even I was not in the stadium, but I was singing along.
It was an exciting match. As a football fan, you have a little bit of doubt, going into like a big match like Manchester United, Tottenham. But from the atmosphere in the stadium, when you enter the stadium and with what was actually happening, you knew that I felt like it was going to be a win. Like the atmosphere was awesome. Also, it coincided with the remembrance of the Busby babes who died in Munich, that tragedy. So there was a little bit of an emotional attachment also to that match. And of course, United on a roll and stuff like that. So everything was just in favor of United to actually come on top of that game. And the guys did not disappoint. Thanks to that early first half red card from Romero. Romero was actually it was a big miss for Tottenham, and we capitalized on that. The goals came a bit later, but we got the job done. It was unfortunate. People, if you needed to come and see the assist that Bruno could have had, almost like the last kick of the game that Šeško messed up. You needed to come and see the reaction of the fans. Like people were literally wanting Bruno to have assists yesterday, because of course he's in contention for the highest number of assists in the Premier League. Thierry Henry 20, Kevin De Bruyne 20. Bruno is currently 12. So, and we have about, I think, 13 games exactly. So we're hoping that he's going to get like that 20 or 21 and beat those assist record. But unfortunately, he couldn't get it like last week. Hopefully, he gets it like tomorrow on Tuesday. maybe a trick of assists and upon a trick of assists. So yeah, good game, good atmosphere in Old Trafford, good experience. Liverpool, Man City. I mean, I wanted Man City to win just so that we could have a little bit of excitement in the title race and stuff like that. And they got it done. They got it done late in the match. It was nice. It could have gone both ways. I think Liverpool played well. City also managed the game quite well. So just for a little bit of excitement in the league, I wanted City to win. They won. I wouldn't be too harsh on Arne Slot because he has won the league. If there's somebody you should be harsh on, you should be Mikel Arteta.
Wait, are you
trusting
saying that? Are you saying that? And
Who
his
has been
slot,
trusting the
and
process?
his slot, because he has won the
No.
league.
If there is somebody that should have been
destroy
sacked
the
long
club.
time ago, his current good form though, he should have been Mikel Arteta because he spent a lot of money. He was in the league, and somebody came, joined the league, won the league.
But
I mean,
those were not his players.
I will
So
tell
we
you.
can
doesn't
equally
matter.
say your
Anyway, that
Nigerian
was some
players
time.
won the league.
It doesn't matter he won the league, whether it was to win the league is not to win the league is a lot of. I mean, it was so disappointing from Arteta. Really embarrassed all of us, allowing an Slot to be a first timer and win the league just like that. It was really like an embarrassment.
Antonio Conte had done it before. He came in his first
Exactly.
season
Look at the
to
caliber
Chelsea,
of managers
and he
that
won
have
the
done it
league.
before. And
And
when
we
you
had
compare them,
we,
when you
we still
compare the
had
caliber of managers that have done it and you compare them to Arne Slot in terms of depth, you see that Arteta, they should flog him very well again.
Okay,
For not
AY,
getting
let's
that
let's
Premier League
let's
last
let's
season.
quickly move to the last. AY, tell us the Manchester City against the Liverpool Manchester City game. What did you think of the incident that happened at the final minute after the corner kick that ended up turning into a counter attack? What did you think of that incident?
I'll start with the fact that Liverpool played nonsense throughout the full 90 minutes. As an Arsenal fan, we were we were waiting on Liverpool to at least help
Draw
themselves
that game.
first. Help themselves first. The aim is to help themselves first because they also need to challenge for the top four. They also need to fight for their own 3 points. Then, when they are done helping themselves, the result of that, we now move towards the title challenge. But they decided to be unfortunate. They had so many chances in the second half. They should have, and big and massive credit to Gigi Donnarumma. That guy, that if City are going to win anything this season, it's going to be
it's down to his performance.
it's going to be Donnarumma. Because if you watch big games, right, you would see Donnarumma making some very, very world class saves. Arsenal number one. The most recent was yesterday against Liverpool. At the point when the game was still 2-1, this guy, this other
McAllister.
McAllister played a
Yeah, McAllister.
very, very crazy shot that was goal
I think the
bound.
shot also deflected slightly and then was goal bound.
I don't know if it deflected, but the shot was goal bound. And the way he
The save
packed,
was
even
mad.
even his coach Guardiola said, "What a save!" His coach
He
Guardiola
was
said,
even
"Because
he was even mimicking the save.
now, because nobody would have faulted Donnarumma if that ball had gone in because it was expected to go in." Now, to your question, Liverpool, knowing that Liverpool should have very good free kick from Zoboslai. He did it against us now. He did another one again yesterday. Once it's around that 18-yard box and it's straight, just give it to Zoboslai. Salah tried his own before that. He just went wide. Now, to answer your question about the goal, not the goal or no goal, was that a red card offense? I would say yes. But should Zoboslai have done what he did? I don't think so. Because the match was already going to an end. It was about maybe one minute. You could afford to lose 3-1. 3 points is still 3 points. You had already lost 3 points. Why now you
And
are
you
going
don't
to
get a
be
red card.
now you are going to be away from their next game, and their next game I think is against I'm trying to remember now. It's their next game too is slightly difficult, which I don't see. It's against Sunderland. Yeah, Stadium of Light. It's against Sunderland. So I
Wise
I
men say.
So
This is the
it's
game
going
to go. This is the game.
so you might want to go to that game if you want to, because
Sunderland have not lost at home
they've
so
not
far,
lost
by the
at
way.
home, and
Whoa.
exactly they are
That's
the
going to
only
be a
team in
very
the
big
league
one.
that haven't lost at home this season. So to answer your question, Alan too. See, I was actually more pained than Liverpool fans because number one, yesterday Anfield was the only stadium where Alan has not scored in the entire stadium, in the entire 2020 stadiums in the league since he has been in EPL. He hasn't scored. He had the chance in the first half to score, he didn't score. Now they now give him a penalty, which he scored. Should it have been a penalty? Yes. Because I don't know what Alisson too was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. Should it have been a penalty? Yes. Did they deserve the win? I would say yes, because as at 80, I can categorically say that if that was Arsenal at 80 or 81, the max, I won't say City would not score. I would say that Arsenal will not lose that game. The max they can get will maybe be a draw. But Liverpool, they messed up. Slot should be sacked. Slot should be sacked. I didn't see what Ekitike was doing throughout 90 minutes in that game. Vet was tired at some point. It should have brought on Rio Ngomua way earlier.
Ungomoa.
It should have brought him on, but he didn't do any of. He had to wait until they considered the second goal before he started
Young
making
player with
substitutions.
most take-ons from
It's
the bench.
Chiesa was there. He
Go
didn't do
on.
anything. So it's actually so annoying. So now it has made the title race open for both City and Arsenal. So
And
fingers
Aston
crossed.
Villa also
You
dropped
don't
points
forget,
or
man.
something like that. So, I mean, Man U is not in the title race. We can all agree on that. But of course, Man U is
Wise
competing for
Messi.
Man U is,
Competing for what? Top three.
Man U is competing for a Champions League position for sure.
Top four.
There is that, right? So
Top three.
one thing that actually even stood out to me during that game was Allison trying to be Anatoly Trubin. I think that's the guy's name. Going out for a corner kick,
Yeah.
hoping that we had, hoping that we had the ball, and that ended up, getting Zoboslai a red card. Because I was like,
Red card.
I'm like, where is the goalkeeper? Where's this guy?
I mean, the
He
match
could
should
have
have
So
gone
it's
back
ended way
way earlier.
longer than
Oh.
that.
He
It was
still
6 minutes.
stood.
Was it not 6 minutes they gave them, and then
yeah,
100 minutes they
6
were
So
still
minutes.
like,
7 minutes. 7 minutes.
yeah. It was almost as though they wanted
Yeah.
Liverpool to score.
No,
They
now
were going to.
no.
It seemed like they were going
The
to
reason
score.
they added the extra minutes was because City scored the second goal inside the extra time. So the celebration, the
Yeah, and they
everything
were celebrating.
took from
Oh.
the time. So they had to add it.
If you're enjoying this video thus far, I'd like to ask you to like, share, subscribe, put your comments in the comment section, engage with us, and we'll be there to respond to you. The English Premier League, game week 26. The games are moving really quickly. A couple of days ago, 2-3 days ago, we had games over the weekend, and now it's midweek, and then over the weekend, there are also games to be played. And to kick off the weekend, I think it will be Chelsea playing against Leeds, Everton, Bournemouth, Man City, Fulham, Sunderland against Liverpool at the Stadium of Light, Brentford also playing against the league leaders Arsenal, Manchester United hoping to continue, their run of form against West Ham, Tottenham against Newcastle, both teams slightly in the mud, struggling. Nottingham Forest against Wolves, and Crystal Palace playing Burnley. So we're going to be starting with AY. Just quickly run through the first two games, and then we'll move to Shola, two games, and then in that manner. Chelsea Leeds. What do you think would be the outcome of this game? Chelsea are currently also on a row in the Premier League. So
I would say it's going to be a difficult game for Chelsea because Leeds are a very strong side, and Chelsea also need to secure the Champions League spots. However, I see Chelsea winning 2-0. Then Crystal Palace and Burnley. Palace need this game, and I see Palace winning 2-1.
Shola.
For Chelsea Leeds, I mean, I
Leeds,
see
given that
home
Leeds are in very good form. See their last game, they beat
home win or a draw.
Brentford or
For the
who? 3-1.
home
Okay.
win or a draw. Is either Chelsea wins or it ends in a draw. More, I
Okay.
will even tilt towards draw, but just to be safe, home win or a draw. And then Crystal
The next
Palace,
one.
I like how they sweat out the result last week, so I think they will sweat it out again this week. So I give them like a 1-0 win against Burnley. Home win.
I mean,
Chelsea, Leeds, Crystal Palace, Burnley.
Liam Rosenau is doing a fantastic job in the Premier League. I think it's only Arteta that he cannot beat so far. But again, against Leeds, with their performance,
We will get there.
take nothing away from the Arsenal team, but Leeds' performance against Arsenal at home the other day was just a bit of a surprise, especially because other big teams have gone there and then they have
They've dropped
struggled to
points.
grind out results. But the way they were, the way they were, the way
Annihilated.
they were taken apart by Arsenal is just sad. Anyways, I mean,
Arsenal will be Bayern.
well, by 4 goals, nobody saw 4 goals coming. To be honest, 4 goals. Was Arsenal going to win? Yes, but did we expect for? Perhaps not. Anyways, they got they secured 3 points in their last game, and then coming to Stamford Bridge with what Chelsea coach is doing. Hopefully, it does not rotate too much. I see Chelsea winning that one by 2 goals to 1.
Why? What are you? Are you not a United fan? Why are you seeing Chelsea winning? See them
I mean,
draw for crying out loud. Let them give us
He's
breathing
a football
space.
fan.
Let
He's
them
a
give us
football
breathing
fan.
space.
Crystal Palace,
I'm
Burnley.
a football fan. So the Palace Burnley game. I mean, it's just unfortunate that I have to say this. Burnley is definitely going down. There's no two ways about it. Yes, they
They've
are
gone.
going down.
Going down.
In their last six, they have not won. They have secured only 2 points,
I
three
wonder if
points
Kai Walker
rather.
is going to go down with them.
Kyle Walker is just there to receive money. The next thing now, he's
Pension.
hoping that a Saudi club comes for him, and just other than that, nothing. Anyways, so Burnley is definitely going down, and then Palace. Hopefully, they will begin to find their rhythm again, and then I see Palace winning this one by 2 goals to 0.
Everton,
Everton,
Bournemouth,
Bournemouth.
and Man
Straight
City, Fulham.
straight to the point. Everton 2-1 win. City, Fulham. City will definitely win. If I just want to be, if I just want to, but it might be difficult because Fulham, City, they are a 45-minute team. I don't know why Liverpool did not capitalize before the matches they played before the Liverpool game. They played Tottenham. Tottenham came back from 2 goals down to equalize. Even the Newcastle game, they scored 3 goals in the first half. Then Newcastle came to score 1 goal. They didn't particularly surprise Newcastle in the second half. I see, I see City winning Fulham. I don't want them to win as an Arsenal fan, but I see them winning, and they are going to play before Arsenal. So it's an opportunity for them to cut the points from 6 points to 3 points, which I know they will
Good
gladly
one.
take because of their recent win against Liverpool. So I see City winning 3-1.
Shola. Everton, Bournemouth, Man City, Fulham.
Everton Bournemouth will likely end in a draw,
Okay. And Man City, Fulham.
and City Fulham. City we not convincingly. Fulham, they are a good side this season, and let's remember
Okay.
that first leg I think it ended 5-4. So
Yeah,
They scored
although
4, yeah.
City
From
should have
5-1.
actually sealed it, yeah, so they should have actually sealed it. So yeah, City win.
Okay. Brown.
I mean Everton, Bournemouth. Everton, kudos to them for the last game against Fulham, coming out with that late winner towards the end of the game against Fulham. So grabbing that all 3 points in that game by winning 2 goals to 1. But for this particular one, Brentford, regardless of the injuries they have,
Bournemouth.
they are a very good side regardless, and it doesn't matter where they play, home or away, it doesn't really matter. So I see them scoring in this game as well. So I see this game ending a draw, 1-1 to each team. So yeah, 1-1
Okay.
draw. this one.
Man City Fulham.
And then the City Fulham game, City will take home all 3 points. But if I were to put my money on this game, I would say both teams would score because Fulham, they always score goals. It's just a matter of whether or not they can win games. But with what City is chasing currently in the league, I think they'll edge Fulham this one by 3 goals to 1. I just hope that, I mean, at the end of the day, I hope it's not more than 3 goals because Leno giving Everton that late own goal winner was just sad, in their last game. So hopefully he tries to reduce the deficit this time. But yeah, home win 3-1.
Anyway, Tottenham Newcastle. That should be a very tough game.
Yeah.
And
Tottenham,
Nottingham Forest Wolves.
Tottenham Newcastle. I just hope because weirdly as it may sound, Tottenham are actually in the relegation battle, and
Hmm?
their
They are.
next couple of games, is that would actually be very very difficult. They will play Newcastle, they will play Arsenal, I guess they will play Chelsea, and I don't see them winning any of those games. Honestly, this Newcastle game I see them drawing because
They
Newcastle they are
always
also strong.
they always lose against
Is
Chelsea.
this my
That
internet?
one is a constant.
So, and the first leg against Arsenal, we won them 4-0. So just going to be maybe 1-0 to Arsenal. But talking about the Sports Newcastle game, I see a draw 1-1. They are both struggling. So 1-1 Spurs. And Forest Wolves. Forest will definitely win Wolves. I'm
They
just
are pretty.
happy.
Both of them are
I'm just
pretty much the same.
happy. Yeah, I'm just happy Arokodare scored. At least Nigerian brother is scoring their last loss. But they are going to lose again. Forest 2-0.
Okay, Brown.
Yeah.
Tottenham Newcastle, Nottingham Forest Wolves.
Again, like AY said, the Tottenham Newcastle game. It's a game. It's going to be a very keenly contested game, and of course, there will be goals in this one. Regardless of how they have performed in the league so far, how shambolic both teams have been, not being able to secure a win in their last, 3 games for each side. So, I mean, but I see a lot of goals in this one. I expect it to be 2-2 draw, 2-2 draw for Spurs Newcastle.
And then Nottingham Forest Wolves.
And then the Forest Wolves game, like AY said, Wolves are still, battling to come out of relegation. They are in a very very difficult place. And then Forest is not completely out of relegation zone because they are just 3 points above West Ham, who is in a good run of form. So I think because of how close they are to the bottom three, Nottingham Forest. Not in fact, this is just a battle of bottom teams. I see a 1-1 draw for this one. I see a 1-1 draw for this one.
Hmm? Anyway, West Ham Manchester United. And then Sunderland Liverpool.
Hmm. I'm a hater. I'm a hater. I'm a hater. Yeah. So,
Eh.
West Ham
You see, if
United.
for anything, think about that guy that needs to cut his hair to this week.
If for anything, I'm thinking about these two people looking at me. They are- so, honestly, United should be winning this game. They should be winning this game. However, because I don't want to use the word eight. Eight is a very strong word. Because I dislike. Why would a team just go on a 5 winning streak? Even your I don't think you should not go. It's a very difficult. The guy should have said, the guy that wants to buy busy should have said 5 game unbeaten. Which one is winning streak? So I'll predict a draw. West Ham, they're also struggling. They want to come out of relegation. They are struggling. So it's going to be a very difficult game. 1-1, West Ham United. So
Good.
Sunderland, Liverpool. I also see a draw. Or Sunderland
Mm.
win because Sunderland they are just coming from the 3-0 loss defeat to Arsenal. Liverpool are also coming in from the 3-2-1 defeat to City. However,
One.
Liverpool will be without Soboslai, so which is arguably their best player this season, Soboslai or Eketike. But Soboslai will be out, and dancing defenders in what's his name, Van Dijk
Van Dijk.
and whoever the and Konate. So I see Sunderland 1-1 or 2-1. No Liverpool win. Another week where or win or draw. Yeah.
Nottingham Forest, Wolves, West Ham, and Sunderland.
Tottenham, Newcastle. It's really sad to see Tottenham relegate. So, but they are already. I think they are already like officially in the relegation battle. And Newcastle, I don't.
Take me home. Relegation.
We know that even playing at home does not really give Tottenham advantage as such. And
That home
Newcastle, they
is
also
not.
have not been firing, so they will want to get results from this match. And let's not forget that Tottenham will be missing a very important defender in Romero. I think they will lose again. Sad to say, I think they will lose again. So
Okay.
Newcastle away. Nottingham, I see Nottingham Forest beating Wolves.
Those ones are condemned relegation team.
They are gone.
8 points or how many points?
West Ham, Manchester United.
Remember, West Ham, if it was in days
Who will be more united after this weekend?
If it was
After
in the
this
days
week?
of
After that?
West
We'll be
Ferdinand,
disunited.
I will be scared because those times, West Ham used to beat us. It is better of our form. We could be topping the table, but West Ham will just beat us. Ronaldo could be there, Rooney could be there, but they will just beat us. But all things are what? They are passed away. This is Michael Carrick ball. Michael Carrick has not lost a match as a United manager, whether in the past or now. And you know one thing? He was a Western player.
It's okay.
He knows them. He knows us. My brother. Okay, now when we do, I for say you go 205 for J, but now when we do put. So we annihilate them. Nobody can beat us now. In fact, one thing that is just paining me is that we cannot have like Arsenal like 5 times in a game.
If only you moved so far. If only you moved so far in the other cups, maybe you would play Arsenal.
As in
Sunderland, Liverpool.
Sunderland, Liverpool. I want them to continue their home unbeaten streak. But Liverpool with anger, I'm seeing an slot, that anger from the way they ended that match.
Trying to slot.
I think an slot is going to slaughter Sunderland. So away win for Liverpool.
Now we are moved from annihilate to slaughter. Okay, Brown, West Ham, Manchester United.
If this is a question, I do not understand.
I take it back. Who will win this game?
United, of course.
No. I take it back. I take it back again.
By how many goals?
By how many goals are you going to win this game?
Exactly what you should be asking. That's what you should be asking. We are going to slaughter West Ham by 3-1. We just want to give them that one because United, we love our bookmakers. So let them have go. Let them have go. So we just give West Ham 1 goal. But we are winning this game by 3-1. There's no point talking about what we can do, what we are going to do. You all have felt it. Chelsea felt it. Man City felt it. Liverpool felt it. Arsenal felt it. Everybody will just be feeling it. So West Ham is...
Then go feel it.
They go feel it. Now, when it comes to the Liverpool-Sunderland game, see, and his slot, I said it before, is using voodoo on this Liverpool board. Because the reason why Liverpool is going to lose to Sunderland is an slot. Because the plan for Arne Slot is to take this game to move Liverpool slowly down the table like a slot. Slowly down the table like a slot.
He's trying to
And
slot them down the
I
table.
was going to mention earlier that the coach that had 25 points after 20 games was Roy Hodgson with only 7 wins. Now, Arne Slot has managed to secure only 24 points in the last 20 games with only 6 wins. So Slot is going to slotfully slide Liverpool down. And of course, like AY mentioned, Soboslai is not available for this game. And Sunderland just do not lose at home. Eketike can jump like a chicken all he likes, but nothing for him today. So yes, I see Sunderland winning this one by 3-1. 3-1 Sunderland.
That's very audacious.
Do you know
Okay, so
what
tell
will
us.
happen? Van Dijk will position like this.
Brentford, Arsenal, Brown, and then Aston
Okay,
Villa, Brighton.
Brentford, Arsenal. You know, Arsenal, best team right now in the league. You know, so take nothing away from Arsenal. You got Thiago, can try all he wants, but with that defense posing Gabriel and Saliba.
This is the battle of set pieces. Battle of set
And Declan Rice and Zubimendi solid DMs in front of those wonderful pair. I don't see Brentford getting any goal in this one. So I see Arsenal winning this one by 2-0.
Okay, and then Aston Villa, Brighton.
Aston Villa, Brighton. Aston Villa, to be honest, I don't care about Aston Villa. What I just want is for them to drop points, which they have done in their last 2 games, and I thank them for that. I just need them to do this one more time. You get? So,
No, they need to keep doing it too.
For now, let them do this one first. When we get this one over with, then we move on. We move on
next one?
to the next one. So,
Step by step.
Yeah.
So yes.
Shola, Arsenal, Brentford, Aston Villa.
I think Arsenal will drop point this week. I was expecting them to drop points last weekend, but they managed to fight it out against Sunderland. It took longer.
You will keep expecting. Managing at 3-0.
They got it done. They got it done in the second half. They put it to bed. Really good. I mean, they are showing the character. Shows the reason why they are leading the league. But it's not out of heart. It's just a lot of things, you know. Playing on Saturday, playing again during the week. You expect the fatigue to start setting in, the features, congestion, management, and everything like that. So you expect them to start dropping points at this point. Yes. So I think, and also Brentford and Arsenal, they if a team should have a super striker, they can do anything. No? They can really do things.
Yeah, you got Thiago guy is really very hot.
Yeah.
I mean, with 17 goals so far in the season, it's not a small feat.
I'm guessing they get a very big move next season.
Most likely. Just the same move.
And it's supposedly 23 years, 24.
Yeah. So this one, I would say draw away win for this one. Yeah.
And then Aston Villa, Brighton.
This is going to be a draw. Brighton could even win this one. Aston Villa is like they have already run out of juice or something like that.
Anyway, Arsenal, Brentford, and Aston Villa, Brighton.
So I see Arsenal beating Brentford. It's not going to be an easy game for Arsenal because Thiago is actually a very fantastic striker. However, I'm confident in the defenders we have in Gabriel and Saliba to also hold him as they've successfully held previous strikers. I see Arsenal winning 2-0. Unfortunately for them, Shade will be out and they are just left with Thiago. So hopefully it's going to be an away game and we win for Arsenal. So Aston Villa, Brighton. I see Villa narrowly winning this one by 2-1.